everybody. So today I had the chance to see the new Stephen King adaptation, The Dark Tower, and I actually read the first book to get ready for this. I'd heard good things. I'd wanted to read it for some time, but finally got around to reading it. And the book is a lot of fun, but the book really focuses on two characters, the man in black and the gunslinger, and really developing these characters and really having a real sense of rivalry, and it's a real revenge piece. It has an Old West kind of feel to it, and you don't really spend a lot of time on exposition or on the world building that much in the book. And maybe that's just because it's the first book and they do that, and they have 12 other books. But this movie, whew, it is not a good movie. It's definitely one of the worst of the year, and it was just so boring. I fell asleep, especially the beginning was really, really dull, and you're supposed to be invested in this kid who's having all these visions and stuff, and he's sitting there talking to his shrink, and they're having like daily earthquakes, and he's talking to them about how he's having these visions and stuff, and they have one earthquake while he's with the therapist. Like, you'd think that maybe he might want to start taking this kid a little bit seriously and not such a joke, and he has the stepdad who, the first minute you see him, that he's a goner. He's not gonna last long. And his mom, is just kind of a throwaway, isn't really very good. And then he ends up meeting Idris Elba, who's the gunslinger, and there's this middle world, and that he ends up getting in because the man in black is trying to attack the Dark Tower, and it's gonna destroy everything. And Matthew McConaughey as the Man in Black is horrible. This is a Razzie-worthy performance. He's just so campy, and it doesn't fit at all. I kept thinking when I watched this movie of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which I hated. I thought it was so boring and so dull and just exposition. And I thought that Matthew McConaughey's character was a lot like Samuel L. Jackson's character in Miss Peregrine's, except for he had more screen time and was in the movie more. But both are just so like campy and cringeworthy and just really bad. And both, it felt like movies that were supposed to be fantasies and were supposed to be, exciting and new, but it felt just so tired and bland and forgettable and boring. And so, so I didn't like Miss Peregrine's, and I definitely didn't like this. The good thing about this movie is Idris Elba as the gunslinger. He has a lot of charisma. He does whatever he can to kind of own and have confidence, own the role. And so he's good, but it's just the movie he's in isn't very good. It's just really plotting. You're supposed to, all of a sudden you'll be in like one village and one town, and you're all of a sudden supposed to care for these people that you've just barely met, and then they move on to a new world, and then it sort of throws this humor in that didn't really work, and it had no sense of sort of like narrative where it's like, here's the conflict, here's the adversaries, here's the heroes, here's what they're going to do. It didn't have any kind of flow like that. And so it was just sort of like all of these episodes of once we're with the gunslinger in this world, and then we're back to human world, and then we're back to that world, and then we're back. And it just, it really didn't work. I mean, I think that this movie is worse than King Arthur, which is saying something, and I'm debating with myself whether it's worse than Transformers, because at least Transformers had some good special effects sequences. This looked really, really cheap. It looked like something that was made for TV, I thought, more than a major studio film. The special effects, the way it was shot, I just thought everything about it looked made for TV. It looked like something you'd see on, I don't know, something like Once Upon a Time or something, like that level of sort of special effects. And so it just looked cheap, and like I said, Matthew McConaughey was so bad, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a Razzie nomination for this, because it was that bad. So yeah, Idris Elba is really the only thing he kind of got. The kid's kind of annoying. I didn't really bond with him too much, and so Yeah, I don't really have that much nice things to say. They really just didn't capture that sort of rivalry and that revenge sort of aspect of the book. And the book is also a lot more sort of adult, and there's lots of violence in this movie, but like none of it is to people that we really care about or interesting or anything that was, yeah, that worked. And so, yeah, this movie, I honestly give this movie an F. This movie was not good. I didn't like it. And so, yeah, there you go. Let me know what you think if you get to see The Dark Tower. Where are you at on it? And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later. Bye!